हेलो स्टूडेंट, वेरी गुड मॉर्निंग। तो आज हमें बात करनी होगी प्रोडक्ट ऑफ इलेक्ट्रोलिसिस के लिए। मतलब जब आप अलग अलग केमिकल लेते हो या फिर एक ही केमिकल का अलग अलग कॉन्सेंट्रेशन लेते हो, तब हमको यहाँ पे सेम प्रोडक्ट मिलेगी या डिफरेंट, वो हमें देखना होगा। देखो यहाँ पे आपके सामने जो दो बीकर दिख रहे हैं, उसमें फर्स्ट बीकर में क्या है, वी हैव अ एक्वस NaCl solution, while in case of the second beaker we have a molten NaCl, means there is a one and only chemical present is the NaCl. Water is not present in the second beaker, while in the first case we have the two component, one is the table salt and the another one is a water. So in the both case we will find that different kind of product is obtained. In the first case we will getting a hydrogen gas as a product on a cathode, and on an anode, that is a negatively charged electrode, actually it is a positively charged electrode, we will obtain chlorine gas as a product. While in the second case the product is totally different. On an anode we have a sodium metal, sorry, on a cathode we have a sodium metal, and on an anode we have a chlorine gas as a product. तो ऐसा हुआ क्यों, कैसे हुआ, वो सब बातें हमें इस पॉइंट पे समझनी होगी। इस टॉपिक के अंदर हमें वही डिस्कस करना है। तो देखो जो भी हमारे पास इलेक्ट्रोड यूज हुए हैं, दे आर ऑफ प्लेटिनियम, वेदर द केस ऑफ द molten NaCl or it is a aqueous NaCl. In the both of the cases, electrode used are inert electrode. What does it mean? It simply means that electrode itself does not take part in a chemical reaction. It simply provides a surface area at which redox reaction take place. Fine. So now we have a certain kind of inert electrode, just as a platinum, gold and graphite. They all are inert electrode. What does it mean? It means that they are actually do not participate in the chemical reaction or electrolysis. Generally we are observing that active electrode are taking part in a chemical reaction. Here we have an example of a copper couple in which anode is made up of a copper as well as the cathode is made up of copper, but anode is made up of the impure copper. You may say it is a certain kind of ore of a copper. When the electricity is passed through the anode, the oxidation will take place, means copper previously present in the rod of the copper or in a ore of the copper will get oxidized and it is converted into copper 2 plus. From copper metal it will converted into 2 plus ion, and electron is remain on the plate, or you may say it will attract towards the battery's positive terminal. While this copper 2 plus will propagate or transfer from the solution and it will reach to the cathode, because you are knowing that positive charge attracts towards negatively charged particles, and we have a copper 2 plus ion which is positively charged, it possesses a plus 2 charge. So eventually it will attract towards the copper. It is made up of the which attach to the negative terminal of the battery. So this copper 2 plus will go towards the negative terminal, it will gain 2 electron and deposit over there. So as the reaction is proceed, we will observe this electrode will become thicker and thicker. Why? Because from the anode material is get deposited to the cathode. So the cathode, which is initially very thinner, now become thicker and thicker, we will observe the some large amount of copper deposit on the cathode. The one more important point is that this copper is a pure one, while the electrode made up of the ore was also contains the impurities, and this impurity will stored or deposited exactly below the anode. So by this method we can produce प्योर मेटल. देखो हमारे पास दो टाइप के इलेक्ट्रोड थे, एक था हमारे पास इनर्ट इलेक्ट्रोड, दूसरा हमारे पास था एक्टिव इलेक्ट्रोड. एक्टिव इलेक्ट्रोड का आपको हमने देखा, इनर्ट का भी हमने सिनेरियो देख लिया. तो अब जो प्रोडक्ट है वो डिपेंड करेगा इनर्ट और एक्टिव इलेक्ट्रोड के ऊपर भी. चलो हमारे पास ये बहुत सारे केमिकल रिएक्शंस थे, उनकी प्रोडक्ट थी और उनके लिए हमारे पास ई नोट सेल थे. अब ये ई नोट सेल मिलकर भी डिसाइड करेगा कि कौन सा प्रोडक्ट मिल रहा है. चलो हम समझते हैं NaCl के एक्वस सॉल्यूशन का इलेक्ट्रोलिसिस. करना क्या होगा यहाँ पे, हम पानी ले लेंगे, पानी के अंदर सॉल्ट ऐड करेंगे, मिक्स करने के बाद उसमें से करंट पास कर देंगे. सो इन शॉर्ट वी आर डूइंग इलेक्ट्रोलिसिस of aqueous NaCl solution. Initially we will observe that the very low electrode potential is generated, means our voltmeter will observe that this very small amount of the voltage differentiation. This is due to the lower quantity of the ions and their low mobility. But as soon as the reaction is proceed, the voltage is increases. This same method will also used for the production of a chlorine gas and production of a sodium metal. You can clearly see the industrial scale diagram for the electrolysis of a molten NaCl. In this case, NaCl is decomposed into sodium ion and chloride ion, means it will convert it into ionic form. Then the respective ions, cation and anion, are get oxidized and reduced respectively and produce sodium metal and chlorine gas. Let me repeat it. So first of all, what happens? Sodium ion will gain one electron, means sodium ion get reduced to the sodium metal. Eventually at the same time, chloride ion will release the electron and it will reduce into chlorine gas. So in this manner we will get the two product, sodium metal as well as the chlorine gas. तो यहाँ तक बात क्लियर है. हमको यहाँ पे एक सोडियम मेटल मिल गया, हमें एक क्लोरीन गैस मिल गया. ये दोनों प्रोडक्ट हमको देखने को मिलेगी. देखो जब एक्वस सॉल्यूशन होता है तब बहुत दिक्कत वाली बात है. जब आप एक्वस सॉल्यूशन की बात कर रहे हो तब यहाँ पे बहुत सारे केमिकल होते हैं. First set of ions we have from the sodium chloride. The one cation is a sodium ion, another one anion is a chloride ion. And from the decomposition of the water we have a H plus ion and hydroxyl ion. Is that clear? We have a sodium ion chloride ion from the sodium chloride, and we have a H plus and OH minus ion from the water itself. Practically here we observe two reactions. First one takes place at the anode. It is a oxidation of a chloride ion, and at the cathode we will observe reduction of a hydrogen and not a sodium. So actually here two chemical will react. One is a H plus ion, another one is a chloride ion, and as a side product we get a sodium hydroxide. In a solution, at the end of the reaction, there is a presence of a sodium hydroxide. This is due to respective chemical reaction, and on the outer side of the beaker we will observe that green color gas is emitted, and from the one electrode colorless gas is emitted. Now the question arises is that why sodium ion and hydroxyl ion does not reacted? This is because of their electrode potential. Sodium has a lower electrode potential, so it cannot be reacted. Let me make it very clear. we have two cations. One is a sodium ion and another one is a H plus ion. So there is a possibility for the two kind of reaction. One, reduction of a sodium may be possible. Another one is that H plus ion may be reduced. Now the question is which reaction will favor? Answer will come from the value of electrode potential. You should know the reduction potential of the sodium ion and also for the hydrogen ion. If you have the both the potential, then you may compare it, and which one have the higher electrode potential, it will get reduced definitely. So here we have a sodium ion and H plus ion. They both may be reduced. We will go one by one. So we have a first reaction of the sodium and another one of the H plus ion. Electrode cell value suggests that hydrogen has a larger value, and so the reduction of a hydrogen is a favorable as we are comparing with the sodium ion. Is that clear? Okay, now overall reaction will be from the water, because we are knowing that the component is water. Water is the main component which is responsible for the generation of the H plus ion, and so in our final equation we should compulsory mention the water in a reaction. So here we have a reaction. Water will gain one electron and it is eventually converted into H2 gas and OH minus. How does it possible? So go with the very simple calculations. We have a reduction potential or reduction reaction of the H plus ion into hydrogen gas. Again we have the dissociation of the water molecule. Dissociation of water given by water gives H plus and OH minus. Now add these both reaction. As we are adding these both reaction, H plus ion will be cut it out. So the final product will be water plus electron. Here we have as a reactant, and in a product we will get hydrogen gas and hydroxyl ion. Here it is. So it is quite simple. First you should think logically and then sum it up. Okay, fine. So it is about the reaction taking place at the cathode. Then what about the anode? We have also more than one anion. We have a chloride ion as well as we have a hydroxyl ion, which can get converted into hydroxyl or oxygen ion. So here we have a two possibility. One, we can get the chlorine as a product, or you may get as a oxygen as a product. We have a two value of the electrode potential. One we have a 1.36 volt and another one we have a 1.23 volt. We have a clear cut two values, but they are the value of a reduction potential. Mark my word, this this potential belongs to reduction potential. And here you can clearly see that the reaction is a oxidation. You may see that oxidation number of a chloride ion is a -1 and oxidation number of a chlorine gas is a 0. So here you can observe that number is eventually increases. Whenever there is an increase in oxidation number, there is a oxidation. You may go for the second reaction as well. In a reaction of the decomposition of the water, you can see that electron is present on the right hand side. It simply means that electrons are releasing. The reaction in which electron releases is known as the oxidation. I am trying to explain that both the reaction are of oxidation, and we are also knowing that the reaction taking place at the anode is a oxidation. Now, if the reaction is oxidation, then you should go for the oxidation potential. You are getting my point? I am saying that if the reaction is of oxidation, then you should have electrode potential of the oxidation reaction, but data is provided for the reduction potential value, and we want the value of oxidation potential. Then what will you do? Just change the sign of the electrode potential and you will get the electrode potential for the oxidation value. Is that clear? We are changing the sign of the E0 cell of a chlorine gas as well as the oxygen gas. Now the data will dramatically change from 1.36 to minus 1.36, and it is a electrode potential. More specifically, it is a oxidation electrode potential. While in case of the second reaction, it will become 1.23. Obviously, we have a negative sign. Now, we have a 2 value, and which one is the larger one or which one is the higher one? You may clearly see that the 1.23 is the higher one. Okay, fine. So here is a smaller printing error. You may understand it. It is actually minus 1.36, and we will practically observe that there is a possibility of the evolution of the oxygen gases, but it is not taking place due to the over voltage. There is a concept known as the over voltage because that is a kinetically very slow process. They both the reactions are compete in a nature, and so the chlorine is a kinetically fast, and so we will observe the production of the chlorine gas and not the oxygen gas. Fine. So keep one point in mind. If someone is asking that the values and the reaction are contradictory, you must say reason is the over voltage. And now the conclusion is, you may add the both of the reaction and you will find that from the combination of NaCl and water, you will get sodium ion, hydroxyl ion and hydrogen gas and chlorine gas as the final product. Fine. So it is the all about the sodium chloride gas and so on. So you may see that here we will observe the two gases are evolved from the solution. One is the slightly greener and another one is a slightly colorless. Okay, and which product will be obtained is depend on the electrode potential. Different kind of the solution will gives the different kind of reactions product. Fine. So it is about the product of electrolysis and depend on the electrode cell. Okay, now again the repeated topic is a repeated and repeated. Okay, now the next point we have the electrolysis of the sulfuric acid. In this case again water will produce a hydrogen and oxygen gas, hydrogen ion and oxygen gas, and sulfate ion is eventually oxidized to H2O8 2-. It should be remembered it is a quite simple reaction. It's good if you can know it. Okay, now let's calculate one sum so you can get the product. Just a minute, there is a noise pollution. Okay, give me a few seconds. Okay, fine. Now question is predict the product and write the balance equation if an aqueous solution of a silver nitrate is electrolyzed. Assume that the electrodes are inert. So basically we are doing a electrolysis of a silver nitrate solution with the inert electrodes. So we have a potential of a silver ion, it is a 0.80 volt. So reaction taking place at a cathode is a silver ion plus electrode will produce a silver metal. Reaction taking place at anode is a decomposition of a water into oxygen and H plus ion. So these two reactions will take place. Why nitrate ion is not taking part in a reaction? Due to its low value of electrode potential. Simple. So you should remember that the two kinds of product will take place. If we are comparing both the reactions, that is a reduction of a silver and oxidation of a water, then we will get the 4 electron common in the both the reactions, and the last final product is a 4 silver ion plus 2 H2O gives 4 silver plus O2 plus 4H plus ion. Let's calculate another example. A dilute solution of a sodium sulfate is electrolyzed. Predict the product of the electrolysis, assuming that the electrodes are inert. Fine. So we are again doing the same kind of stuff with the sodium sulfate, and we are observing that which kind of product can be getted. The first reaction is the common one. Second one is again common one. There is basically dissociation of the water. Water will generate hydrogen at the cathode. Water get electrons and it eventually converted into hydrogen gas and hydroxyl ion. This is the first reaction. And in the second reaction, which is taking place at the anode, water is converted into oxygen plus hydrogen ion. Okay, so these two kind of reaction will take place. Water is converted into oxygen and water is converted into hydrogen as well. So it is all about the electrolysis and it is all about the product of electrolysis. You may calculate the final reaction by the combination of these two half cell reactions. Anyway, now the next topic we have corrosion. It will discussed in the next classes. Today we are pausing our lecture over here, and your homework is to sum up this kind of these questions. Go to the exercise, find the question which is related to the electrolysis. More specifically, you should calculate the sum of electrolysis and send your answers to me, send your doubts to me. Thank you so much.